A lot of people think you have to be really smart if you're gonna earn a lot of money. That's not true. The truth is everybody's born rich. You were born rich. Most people are just a little short of money now. All the money in the world is available to us. All we have to do is earn it. And anybody can do it. But not everybody does. It's a strange thing we have such phenomenal opportunities staring us in the face, and we don't act on them. A lot of people think $1 million is a lot of money. $1 million is not very much at all. We've got to understand is not a lot. First of all, nothing's big or nothing small. Everything just it is, we make it big or small. Results are the name of the game. You've really got to pay attention to the results you're getting. You've got to control result. When you let results control you, you're toast. You're just gonna lose. Results must never be in control of you. And that's really one of the big problems that people make. I want to tell you a story about me. A man gave me this book. He said, do exactly what I tell you, and you can have anything you want. Well, of course, I didn't believe that. You can have anything you want. That's preposterous. But the beautiful truth is you can. I didn't believe, but I believed he believed. And I think that's what tricked me into listening to this guy. I was 26. I've been working since I was 15. I was earning $4,000 a year. I was going backward. I was letting the results control me. And the first thing he had me do, he said, decide what you want. Write it on the card. Carry the card in your pocket. And read it as often as possible. Well, all I wanted was some money. He says, how much money? I didn't know how much. I just said $25,000. I didn't know anybody with $25,000. I mean, if I had taken all the money from all the guys I hang out with and put all the money that we had together, we wouldn't have had $25,000. I mean, it was just a preposterous number. It was like $1 million. So he said, write it on the card. No one knows how long it takes for an idea to move into form. I did not believe it. He said, now keep reading it. I hadn't followed anybody's instructions up to that point. But I started to read it. You know, that it got me thinking of earning money. Now you say, weren't you thinking of it before? No, I wasn't. I was thinking of debt. I wasn't thinking of earning money at all. This got me thinking of it. And I heard somebody said there's good money cleaning floors. I said, hell no, I'm not proud of cleaning floors. But I started cleaning floors. I started cleaning one office in Canada on Comstock Road, Toronto. I got $15 for washing the floor, and I washed it twice a month. Then I got another contract with another company. I got $65 a month for washing their floors. Now I'm up to $95. I was only earning for $100 a month. You see, I had a 25% raise and I had lots of time. So I did this. Well, do you know, it wasn't too long until I was earning $12,500 a month. That's $175,000 a year. I went from $4,000 a year to $12,500 a month in less than a year. What was happening is, I was shifting what was going on in my mind. Everything started to change. Most people don't even look at their results because they don't like them. I want you to ask yourself a question. This is a really important question. What is the most you've ever earned in a year? Get real honest with yourself here. This deal is strictly between you and yourself. No one else is involved. So forget anybody else listening to you or watching you. Let's take this really seriously. Listen, when I got this book, I was broke. I was 26. I had nothing. I wouldn't pay attention. I wouldn't been listening to me. I didn't pay attention to anybody. But for some reason, a guy that gave me the book got my attention. He always had money. I never had any money. Money was an enormous problem. Now look at this. I want you to take some time alone. Become super honest with yourself. What is the most you've ever earned, and what do you want to earn? One day I come over there and I thought, I'm not being very responsible, and I went through this true session with myself. And I think that's what made me aware of just how important it is. I was alone. I was sitting by myself thinking of this. I'm thinking how hard I have changed. What happened to me? And I couldn't figure out how I changed. I couldn't even find anybody to tell me. You gotta have a real good goal. You gotta have something you're going after, that you really want. I realized I wasn't being very bright. I was doing very well but acting pretty stupid. There was nothing responsible about how I was acting. You know, it took me 9.5 years to figure out exactly why I have changed. And how I changed, because the change was enormous. It was like a metamorphosis that came taking place. When I figured out why I changed, all I wanted to do was share with other people. It's so simple that most people miss it. They don't believe it. You've got to have a goal. You've got to have a target you're shooting at. What would you do if you won $1 million? Most people don't know what they do. Does that seem like a lot of money? I want you to understand, $1 million is not very much money. Yes, is not very much money. Perception is everything. When you change your perception, you change your life. Think of this. How many different ways are there to look at how you can live your life? And think of the number of people that are saying, I'm so sick of living the way I'm living. Change it. You can change it. I've made this so simple because it was explained to me so simple. If it hadn't been explained to me simple, I would have never got it. Let's add now a body to this. So there's a mind and a body, and it's the body that moves into action and get the results. For results, we want to earn $1 million. Let's really get serious about this. There's a genius doctor. He lived in San Antonio down in Texas back in 1934. He said the mind is an activity. It's not a thing. No one has ever seen the mind. I had studied, I don't know how many books. I had been studying for a number of years, 6, 7 years, and I had all this information, but I couldn't get it organized. That's one of the principles of success in Napoleon. Come up with organized information, intelligently directed. Well, I didn't have it organized. I had informations all over the place. I had so much information. It was making my mind hurt sometimes. I had all this knowledge that I didn't know what to do with. And when he showed me this, everything came together, everything I had studied. This is the most valuable idea I've ever learned. Here's your mind here, that's your conscious. Your subconscious in your body. Your conscious mind is your thinking mind. That's the part of you that think. That's your educated mind. That's where we gather all the information, stored up there. That's where the intellect is resonant. Now, subconscious mind is your emotional mind. It operates totally different than the conscious mind. The conscious mind can choose. It has the ability to choose. Therefore, it can accept or reject. I pretty well quit watching the news. I think it just messes up your mind. Nothing but bad news. They done put good news on there. So you have the ability to accept or reject. Your subconscious mind doesn't have all these abilities. It must accept whatever you give to it, and it has absolutely no ability to reject, although you may not understand it at the moment. This is the most valuable. It's the most mind-boggling idea that you're ever gonna come across. Your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imagined, and it will take anything you give to it. When you plant the idea in your heart, I'm gonna tell you your life is gonna change. 'Cause this is what happens. You planted your idea in universal intelligence. This idea sets up a vibration in the body. The mind and body is in vibration. Now you begin to attract from everywhere in the world everything that's in harmonious vibration with that frequency. What we call the subconscious mind is universal intelligence. So everything that's going on around you is going right into your subconscious mind. This is pouring into our subconscious. That's how the paradigms form. That's why we speak the language we speak. Eat the food. We're all programmed 10, 20, 50 years later, and the program's still controlling us. We're just being programmed by more outside stuff. School gave us valuable knowledge. However, school never taught us how to alter the paradigm. The paradigm's in control. Therefore, we frequently don't do what we already know. We get superior knowledge, inferior results. That causes confusion and frustration. There's people with absolutely brilliant results, masters in business and administration, commerce and finance. Why is it that just 5% of the population are winning? I'll tell you why. It's not the results. The books don't give the results. It's the paradigm that causes the results. You see, your paradigm's controlling your results. You change your results. You do that by changing your paradigm. That's right. That's exactly how it happens. When you do this repetitiously, your programming gets changed. You see the paradigm that you want to change. You change it the same way it was built. It was built through repetition. This is like magic. If you do that repetitiously, you reprogram your paradigm. That's what I did. You gotta ask yourself, what do you really want? This is so important. Without a question, you can create the life you really want. Yes, you can. You really can. This is how it works. This is generally where the paradigm takes over. When you go to change what you're doing, all hell breaks loose. Can you make $1 million look small? Absolutely, if you'll do exactly what I tell you. Most people won't do exactly what you tell them. When you go to change, the paradigm usually cuts in, and all hell breaks loose.